All right, Shalom. Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise and the glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha Kodash. And also I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Wa Shalom, Wa Ba'arakim to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, which are scattered abroad and in every place, redeeming the time and ready to be saved. Shalom. Now, back with another lesson, through the spirit, through the spirit, and I want to bring an important topic out, all right? And it's dealing with enduring hardships, okay? Enduring hardships. And, now that I think about it, this topic has been brought out, frequently these past few days, all right? And the reason for that, because brothers are feeling it, man. All right? The body of Yahweh Shemel Shai is getting hit hard right now, man. Yeah. Welcome to the straight gate. All right? And I want to get his message, through the spirit. And first and foremost, to me, myself. Because the spirit is telling me this also. And that is endure hardness. Okay? Suck it up and take it like a man. All right? Charge it to the game. Like they say in the world. Charge it to the game. All right? Whatever you may be going through. Okay? Suck it up. Yeah, I know it sucks. We know this, man. It sucks. But, we got to endure. All right? Matter of fact, let me start off with this. What's that? Book of, I believe it's First Timothy. All right. Paul, he wrote to Timothy, but this applies to all of us. All right. It might be Second Timothy. Okay, let's see. Yep. This is Second Timothy. It says, Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, it says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier. Right. Thou therefore endure hardness. Yeah, suck it up. All right. This ain't the time to be getting weak, man. All right. This is not the time to be getting weak. Hey, and what it said in the Apocrypha, keep thy heart aright and constantly endure. Because look, we are often chastised, all right? And like I said, yeah, it sucks, but we gotta, once you understand why it's happening to you, because look, we go through, the 2/3 go through it too, but they don't go through it like we do. All right? We go through hell on a whole another level, man. These 2/3, they couldn't walk a mile in these shoes, man. All right? So if you putting up with it and you burn it, you should feel good about yourself, man. Not saying you should be proud, but humbly feeling good about yourself and giving praise and thanks unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, because he gave you that strength. All right? Because not everybody can handle this straight game, man. But if you're a member of the elect, you were made for this, man. You were made for this. All right? You were built for this. Okay? So I'm going to read that again in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness, because you're going to go through it. It says, as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. All right, it says, verse 4, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Right, you don't get all mixed up, with your problems that you have in your life. Okay, you can't do that. That's gonna get you killed. When you go to when they go to war, when these soldiers. Matter of fact, they showed you on that movie. What is it called? Damn, what's that movie called? Dead Presidents. And I forgot the main actor's name, but what he say? Remember, he went to war, and him and Chris Tucker was there. He told Chris Tucker, "Look, man, I don't worry about what's going on out there in the world, because the second I do, I'm dead." All right. When they in war, you can't think about what's going on in the world. You can't think about what your wife is doing, if she's cheating, how your children are being treated, things in the world. You can't do that, man. You got to keep your eyes single. Because if you go, and that's why Yahushua said that, keep your eyes single. Your mind can't be everywhere. I mean, and I'm going to say this, yeah, we do slip up and every now, sometimes, because we in the flesh. We ain't perfect. All right? But we do catch ourselves. And that's what counts. All right? We do catch ourselves. All right? Because Satan, he can really put it on you and how you feeling like you ain't shit. You ain't worthy. Feeling like Yahweh Shai ain't dealing with you. All right? But look, we rebuke that by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So, once again, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. That's right. So we gotta keep our mind focused. We gotta stay focused and constantly endure, man, these trials and these tribulations, because ultimately, when you go into the word endure, it means to make strong. So if you remember the elect, you're being frequently judged, all right, chastised, because you're gonna need that strength, all right, when the time comes. And before that, while you're being chastised, well, we ain't gonna let's just say this. We ain't gonna say you being chastised or judged. Let's just say that's you being strengthened, rather. All right, let's say that you're being strengthened. Let's look at it like that, man. All right, you're being strengthened. We ain't gonna say you being chastised, you being whooped, you being judged. No, you being strengthened. Okay. Haven't you noticed that when you go through hell, haven't you noticed that you some way, somehow come out of that on another level? All right. Just somehow, more sharper. Your character is being built. All right. You become a better brother. You start praying more. You get more revelations. All right. So understand that what you're going through is necessary. All right. And we have to, like I said, we're being strengthened. So every time you go through a test, a trial, or afflictions, or once again, once you're being strengthened, you're able to handle it better. You're able to uh uh um um what's the word I'm looking for? React to it um more manly, more like a man of the Lord. All right. And not with murmurings and complaints. All right. You're able to handle it more manly. All right. And that's happening because the time is coming where we gonna need that strength, man. It's gonna get real ugly out here. And that ain't gonna, and hey, if you weak, you're gonna get ate up. Okay? And that's why it says in the Apocrypha, let's see, put off the weak nature. Let's get that real fast. Come on, man. Shit. Now the phone start tripping. Yep, there we go. All right. All right, this is 2 Ezra 14:14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. That's right. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. That's right. Because look, we take many losses. All right? That's what we came into this truth for. To take losses, not to win. I mean, you get a blessing every now, but for the most part, we lose. We're losers on this side, like the elder Kazak say. All right, we're losers on this side. All right, but guess what? You can only, like they said in the world, this is a minor setback for a major comeback. All right, a major comeback. I gotta say that again. A major comeback. All right. Things you can't, a comeback you can't even fathom right now. All right. And it's going to start on this side. All right. It's going to start on this side. You brothers, y'all not suffering for nothing. All right. So once again, it says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. That's right. You can't be weak, man. Man, the Lord ain't weak. All right. Go and read about the ancient prophets of old. They weren't weak. Yahweh Shai wasn't weak. All right. Yeah, the phone had to chime on that one. All right. It says, verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And like I said, I'm speaking to myself. The Spirit is speaking to me first. Hey, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. All right. Because, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm in the flesh. Sometimes I get, I get real low and, feeling like the Lord ain't dealing with me. All right. But that's Satan. All right. That's Satan, man. So once again, it says, set aside thee and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. And this is why he said not to do that. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. That's right. So we got to be prepared for that when it comes. We already got to be practicing, taking these things, we're accepting these things, man. Practice on being strong and not weak. All right? Because this is nothing, man, what we seeing happen. Seeing manifest. All right? But you know what? I'm going to read that again. Because this is beautiful. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. That's right. And we're gonna have to have a lot of patience in that day. In that time. Hey, and that's why patience is being built now. All right. We don't want to go into Jacob's trouble, the climax of Jacob's trouble, weak. We want to go in Jacob's trouble, the climax of Jacob's trouble, improved. All right. That's why it's so important to grow spiritually. All right. I want to get this in the book of Hebrews, the 12th chapter, verse 11. It says, now, no chastening for the present seeming to be joyous. That's right. We know this. But it's grievous. You see? Read that again. Now, no chastening for the present seeming to be joyous, but grievous. That's right. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit. You see that? Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Wow. You see that? So, like I said, you're being equipped with what you need to have, and when that evil time comes. All right, read that again. Hebrews 12:11. Now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Whoo! And you can go in that word exercise. It means what? A practice. All right. Uh, you know. Let me see. Yeah, it mean to be trained. All right. So yeah, man, it's important to go through these trials and tribulations. It says, verse 12. It says, "Wherefore lift up the hands." Let me read that again. "Wherefore lift up the hands which hang low, and the feeble knees." Yeah, suck it up. All right, suck it up. Stay strong, stay firm. That's what Paul is saying here, man. All right. It said, wherefore lift up the hands which hang low and the feeble knees. That's right. You know, pick yourself up. All right. Yeah, it get hard. But that's why Paul said here, get up. Stand up straight. All right. And take this like a man. All right. It said, wherefore lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees. We can't be weak. That's what he's saying. Don't be weak. Don't get weak. All right. It says, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way. Right. Meaning you fall out the truth, man. You fall out the truth. All right. But let it rather be healed. That's right. So Yahweh Shema Shai, he's preparing us, man. Even though it's a grievous preparation, all right, but it's gonna be worth it in the end, man. Trust me. Trust the Spirit. Trust Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. Because look, and we can go into many scriptures, man, that prove that we're gonna need that strength when all hell breaks loose. Cause it's finna get real bad out here, man. And you gonna see things that's gonna fuck you up. Just letting you know. Or not you, we gonna see things that's gonna fuck us up, man. Alright? And if your mind ain't right, if you ain't strong mentally, cause that's what it's all about. Cause we not talking about physical strength here, man. I ain't talking about having no muscle, being a muscle man. No, I'm talking about mentally. All right. That's why I'm gonna read this again in the book of 2nd Esdras. It's a mental thing. He said, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts." You see?
Did you want some of the spaghetti and salad?
Oh.
Did you want some of the spaghetti?
Yeah.
You will make it.
Yeah, Shalaki. But it's a mental thing. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. That's right. And it says, set aside the thoughts. They go to thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. That's right. So we got to be strong mentally, man. All right. Hey, what did that say? Hey, man. Hey, if your mind ain't right, if your mind ain't fortified in that time, you gonna lose it. You gonna lose. People gonna lose it. Go crazy. All right. We gotta let go of the cares of this world. Just gotta have that I don't give a fuck spirit, man. All right. So yeah, man, the Lord willing was edifying. And I want to say Tawadi by Shema Shah for giving me the spirit to do this lesson, the strength to do this lesson, and the understanding. And hey, brother, stay strong. And remember the reward for your enduring. Till next time, shalom.